talk, money more. What? Main crew say they with it. Kicking down the door. Let's go. And switch the whole lane when I'm driving the machines.
Hey, what is going on? It is time to run it on up. Heavy Pour Sports, late night Wednesday. And we got a lot to talk about. Appreciate the sports guys continuing to give us some stuff to talk about as we are closer and closer to the not off season, but still in the off season. Training camp kicked off. In NFL Hard Knocks, first 2 episodes, pretty good. If you have HBO Max, I recommend you getting it because it's a nice little weekday NFL recap. Kind of get you in the mood for the season. And also, college football's in it. Y'all covering some college football tomorrow and covered some NFL yesterday. Before we get into that, how are we doing today, boys?
Fantastic.
That sounds not true. You sound pretty tired, but powering through like you always do, Hammer.
That's
Drew,
it.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Another hump day. Another Wednesday, talking some sports, talking some basketball, some football, college football, NFL, whatever else we talk about. So,
yeah, we never really know where this thing's going to take us on a given basis. But Drew, I think the text we got from Hammer was this was his third Monday, and it's only Tuesday. That was yesterday, so we knew how Hammer's week was going. and he's holding down the show. How many hours did y'all go yesterday talking NFL ball?
3. Just shy of 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But so as I typically do on Wednesday, I ask you to give me a little recap for the people watching. So who'd you cover, divisions you covered yesterday, and then just kind of let it flow. And I'll give my unsolicited thoughts because I know you all super enjoy those.
Drew and I are waiting with bated breath to know what you think about these divisions.
Yes.
No, seriously, we want to know.
Okay, let's go.
You may have to break a tie in one of them for us. So,
nice, okay.
I'll give a high-level highlight, and then I'll let Drew speak some on this one. We covered AFC South and NFC North, which is kind of a tale of 2 divisions. Last year you had the Jags and the Texans kind of fighting it out down to the last couple weeks of the season, and the Jags pulled through, which I will reiterate what I reiterated last night. Had you watched my show last year, same thing. I gave you the Jaguars to win this division, a +2 something number. So we were split on this one. Drew and Josh both chose Jacksonville to repeat. I am a little more confident in the defense in Houston, and I don't think C.J. Stroud could play any worse than he did last year. And then on the flip side, the NFC North, you've got pretty much every team is a playoff contender. So probably going to be one of the most competitive divisions once again this year. So, but I'll let Drew kind of share some of the takes and some of the thoughts we had and where we landed on some of these teams. So,
yeah, I'm high on the Jaguars. Sort of, I guess. I was pretty high on the Texans too. I'm, obviously they had the best defense last year. They brought back a lot of that, and really the biggest thing with defense, especially in the NFL, is it's not so much about like individual talent; it's about schemes. And when schemes don't change, you're usually set up to. You might not be the best defense in the NFL next year, but you're going to be up there, and I think the Texans will be with that. I'm still a believer in C.J. Stroud. I think he's still really talented. Broke down some of their receivers. They get Tank Dell back, who brings them some explosiveness that they haven't had in the last few years because he had a brutal injury. And but I think the Jaguars, I'm just a big believer. If you win the division the year before and you don't make that many changes, I believe that the Jaguars will be back. I think Hammer and I talked about it last night. We both had Brian Thomas Jr. last year, and let's just say he frustrated us a little bit.
I had him as
Bum.
well. I have
Bum.
Liam Cohen offense.
The bum.
Yeah, he just couldn't get it. He couldn't get it figured out.
Struggle with drops too, which is crazy. But he's way too talented to have another year like that. So I'm going to bet on the fact that he has a breakout year. I'm going to bet on the fact that we mentioned it last night. Travis Hunter looks like a grown man now. I mean, he's gotten huge in the offseason. He'll play primarily offense. So that gives them another, weapon on offense. They can bring some explosiveness, some downfield threat, and they can use him in a variety of ways. Their running back room's a little questionable. For the Kentucky fans out there, they signed Chris Rodriguez, who has had an interesting NFL career because he's been really good when he plays. So we'll see if him being back with Liam Cohen can help with some of those things. I think the Colts, I picked the over on 2, think they might be a playoff team. Getting Daniel Jones back. Obviously, they started the year 8-2 last year, and then he got hurt, and some other weirdness went on, and they kind of,
Is he expected to start week 1 with that Achilles?
I believe so. I believe he's expected to start. And then obviously, the running game is great there. They've always had a good offensive line. Be interesting with some of their receiver play. But their defense last year struggled some in the passing game. We'll see how that does. Sauce Gardner having an offseason to kind of get equipped into their defense and not just coming in midseason. So I think I picked all 3 over the win totals. I think they all 3 can be playoff teams. And then the Titans, I know Joshy Boy's high on his Titans. Me and Hammer are a little bit against that. I think the Titans are going to move in the right direction. But I think they'll win somewhere between.
I could be very wrong here. I think Cam Ward is not a guy. I think Cam Ward is not a good quarterback. I think Cam Ward is going to be replaced with it before his rookie deal is over.
I'm kind of in the middle of that because he is ultra talented. He does have a great arm. The only problem I have with Cam Ward is and I said it last night, it's a lot of like shuffle your feet on a 5 to 7 step drop and then chuck the ball 50 yards down the field and hope somebody catches it. I don't see a lot of like normal quarterback play from him, if that makes sense. Now, he was a rookie last year. It was a disastrous system, and I guess he played the same way he did in college, but it's a little bit different. You can't do that kind of stuff in the NFL and you think it's going to work. So I love the Brian Daboll hire that they got from, was the New York Giants head coach. Now he's their offensive coordinator. He did a great job in Buffalo as the offensive coordinator and quarterback coach for Josh Allen for the beginning of his career. So maybe he can unlock some of, what we thought Cam Ward was as the number 1 pick. But I think the Titans are maybe a year away. Like the way that I said it last night, the way that I kind of look at the Titans is the same way I kind of look at like Kentucky football this year of like, you're maybe not trying to win a national championship or a Super Bowl. You're not even really trying to make the playoffs. I mean, certainly you are because you're trying to win every game that you play. But a lot of it is like taking steps in the right direction, building culture, building an identity. And then, for the Titans, like they have some youth and they have some new pieces on their team. So, breaking some of them out, like having Wan'Dale Robinson have another good year, getting Carnell Tate the ball and showing that he can be a future, potentially number 1 wide receiver in the NFL. So I think the Titans are probably a year or 2 away from actually competing for the playoffs, but I think they had a huge offseason. I think if you look at what a team was last year in terms of coaching, in terms of culture-wise, talent-wise, even vibes-wise, I think the Titans did a whole complete 180, and we'll see in a couple of years if it can pay off for them.
Yeah, okay. So my thoughts on that division, I think Liam Cohen's a good coach. I don't know what you're going to get from Sunshine. Like he can be great and he can just be average, the generational quarterback we thought he was going to be, he has not been. Maybe Liam Cohen can finally get that unlocked. But it's a 3-horse race there. I would pick the Colts if I knew Daniel Jones could come back and be the same Daniel Jones after the Achilles. Like, he's got a great arm, but part of what made him special is he is, not sneaky athletic anymore because he's been in the league for so long, but he is an athlete. I mean, the dude is big and strong and he's fast. And he
really
is
smart too.
Yeah. He is a light version of, should I say this?
Don't do it.
I don't know what he's about to say.
He's a light version of Josh Allen. He is. I won't say Temu version because that's super disrespectful. But he's like,
Temu.
No, come on. Okay, so you're obviously not a Daniel Jones fan. Sounds like Daniel Jones is a good quarterback, man. I think he is a good. He's not great. I put Josh Allen in the great. He's a good quarterback. But if he was healthy with the offense, now they are missing a key weapon this year with the Colts because Pittman went to Pittsburgh, right?
That is correct.
So I'll wrap this up real quick, is as much as I am against Cam Ward thinking he is a good quarterback, I'm on the complete opposite side when it comes to C.J. Stroud. I think he is phenomenal. Watch him at Ohio State. That dude is a guy. Watch him against the game against Georgia, where it went toe for toe with the best defense in the league that year and had him in a chance to win, and the kicker just shit the bed. So I think C.J. Stroud's a guy. I do think he had a regression year last year. A lot of it was because he hasn't had a year where his offense is healthy. Running back healthy, wide receivers are healthy, offensive line is healthy. C.J. Stroud's a guy, and the defense is going to be stout. So give me them to come out of that division. And I don't, with everything else that's going on, it's probably by 2 games or if not more.
Yeah. I think the Colts offense it reminds me of like an old school offense. And the thing, when you mentioned Daniel Jones, like the one thing about him is, number one, he's not scared to run. Now, could that change coming off an Achilles tear? We'll see. But he's really good at like hitting the open man. He's really good at throwing to his checkdowns, really good at hitting the running backs, play actions. And so, I mean, really, he's a glorified game manager type quarterback of what we say Brock Purdy is, or Sam Darnold, or those guys. And I mentioned it last night too, and I'll say this for the Kentucky fans watching. I think Seth McGowan, if he can make the team and be the running back 3 or even running back 2 maybe for the Colts, I think he can have a huge impact, because we saw Seth McGowan last year. He's in an interesting type running back. He's really good in the passing game. He's really good in the running game, but he's fierce. Like the way he runs fear. He runs like Isaiah Pacheco, like that, yeah. Choppy steps, and he's fast. And so we'll see if he can make an impact, because I think he could be an interesting player for the Colts. I think he could help them in a lot of ways. And then they obviously have one of the better tight ends in the NFL who was a rookie last year, in Tyler Warren. So I think the Colts can be a good football team.
No, I think they can be too. If like I said, Daniel Jones is healthier, I knew that he could just go back to doing what he was doing before the injuries last year, and then the Achilles tear. It'd be a tougher conversation for me to have, but with everything going on, not knowing if Liam Cohen can actually get the offense clicking, I'll take Houston there pretty easily for me. All right, so what about the NFC North?
That's okay. I didn't have anything to say about the AFC South.
I thought you told me that you picked didn't you pick Houston?
You want to know why?
Oh, sure.
Oh, sure.
No, I don't. You know what? I want people watching to go watch your show last night to know why.
Fine.
No, I'm just kidding. Tell me why.
Nope. The moment has passed. All right, so over in the AFC North, we've got, based on the odds in Vegas, nobody in this division will go under 500 based on their win total projections. The Bears, who finished 11-6, snuck into first place there after winning 7 games in the last 2 minutes of regulation in the fourth quarter at 9.5. The Packers also at 9.5. The Vikings at 8.5, and the Lions, who finished last. This is the one division where we had a first to worst and vice versa, a worst to first, with the Bears and Lions swapping finishes from a year previous. Vegas pretty high on the Lions, though, at 10.5. So this is one that we all picked different teams. All 3 of us picked different teams. So I'll just let you go, Rando, and then we'll see where you land.
That's a dangerous move.
I know.
It's a quite dangerous move.
Yeah.
But hey,
I
live
picked
dangerously on a Wednesday. So I go back and forth with the Love thing, man. Like there's times I watch him, I was like, this guy was worth pissing off Aaron Rodgers to get and being like the second coming and create the lineage of great quarterbacks coming through Green Bay since old Favre. But then it's just then there's times where I'm like, what is this dude doing? I think I'm with you, Hammer, that the Bears, there is clutch and winning games in 2 minutes or less. And then there's luck. And sometimes the bottom falls out. And we talked about this a couple episodes ago with the Bucs. Like they had lived the first half of last season in those last second comeback games, winning by a field goal, last second touchdown. At their bottom fell out in the middle of the season. The Bears were able to carry that through. They lose DJ Moore. I don't know if that
was that big of a loss.
We'll see. I mean, now they have DJ Moore was not their number 1 last year, but he took the defense focus away from the number 1, right? So we'll see how that Cole
he was their number 1. He was their number 1.
I
think
Roland Dunze was
Roman was the number 1
direction until he got hurt. Then by default, DJ Moore had to become like the number 1 target, and then Colston Loveland obviously kind of came on as well.
The reason I say he's not a big loss is because they literally just got a younger version of him who maybe even is better right now if he's healthy in Luther Burden. So,
but he's not healthy right now.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Again, keeping it as simple as I can. Give me a pissed off Dan Campbell with a repurposed defense. I think they have addressed the offensive line. Hammer, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was something that they put some focus in the offseason. Jahmyr Gibbs is just different. When you have someone like that on your offense, who is just multi-purpose, doesn't have to come off the field ever, and now they seemingly have 100% giving him the rock because he's the only dude in the backfield this year, not competing for touches. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be an absolute fantasy football gem. If you have the number 1 pick, you might want to consider it. Give me the Lions to win that division. I think we have a bounce back. I wouldn't even be surprised. Kyler Murray named starting quarterback already, which kind of tells you what they feel about old JJ.
Yeah, how ass is JJ McCarthy that Kyler's already won the job?
Yeah, but I think Kyler and KOC, I think that could be dangerous. I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota's up there at number 2. But I think we have a flop where we go back to what we were 2 years ago, Lions on top and the Bears down there at the bottom. I will say what y'all are doing to Caleb's picture on the NFL Madden cover, it's not nice. Stop playing with this man. Just because he paints his fingernails and he's little, eclectic is maybe the best.
The twerking one.
Yeah, the one he's bent over. That is not. He worked hard last year to get on the cover, and y'all are disgracing him. Stop being mean on the internet.
I'm sure that'll work.
What's up, dude?
Yo, what up?
We were sitting here talking about NFC North, recapping what Hammer and Drew and old Josh Boy were talking about. So I just said I was going to pick the Lions. I know you're probably going to go Kyler Murray and the Vikings just for nostalgia.
You want to put it back one more time?
Nailed it. Yeah. No, I'm with you. Definitely the Lions. I heard you talking about Jahmyr Gibbs. I completely agree. Even though they had him and Bryce Young, and we were able to beat them when they came to Neyland, every time Jahmyr Gibbs touched the rock, I was petrified. Every single solitary time. I was like, he's about to score. He is that dynamic because people sleep on David Montgomery, right? David Montgomery is a heck of a running back, but Jahmyr Gibbs is so good that the Lions were willing to let David Montgomery go. And they were a heck of a 1-2 punch also. Mm-hmm. But Jahmyr Gibbs is just that much of that dude that they were like, hey, we'll just feed him and we'll find another way to spend all this money that David Montgomery was getting, even though he's a heck of a ball player.
So, Hammer, I really, really, really want to know your thoughts on the NFC North.
All right. Well, I'm not a massive Caleb Williams fan, and that's strictly just because I didn't really get on board the bandwagon in college, and I see a lot of, I won't say reckless, but he's very creative play. And winning those 7 games when trailing the last 2 minutes reminds me of what the Chiefs did the year before, winning 11 one-score games. That typically has a way of balancing itself out. So they get in a position like that this season, playing a little bit more difficult schedule. Odds are they're probably not going to win those games, or at least not win all of those games. So there's a little bit of regression there. The Chiefs went 6-11 after winning 11 one-score games last year. So keep that in mind.
A lot of weirdness in their year, though.
What's that?
I said a lot of weirdness and like unforeseen things happening.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the same could be said for Detroit last year, after going, 15-2, then they got decimated with injuries, and they had some stupid number of starters that missed so many games. So, then that happens. We never know. You never can predict injuries. Mm-hmm. But they also lost off their defense. They lost Kevin Byard, they lost Tremaine Edmonds, and they lost Nashawn Wright. So I don't see them repeating with 33 takeaways this year either. That could be a little bit of regression. Chicago's line is 9.5. That's their highest win total since 2012. They have gone 10-2 to the under the past 12 seasons with that line. They've also not gone over their preseason total in consecutive seasons since 2006. So history's kind of leaning towards the Bears not repeating. In fact, the Bears may not win 10 games. They may be sitting at that 9-8 mark like everybody else was in the division last year. Now we've got injury bug is bitten. We mentioned Luther Burden. Excuse me, choking here. So I'm not crazy about the Bears. The Lions have the 6th easiest schedule in the NFL, which is unfair.
I definitely knew that when I made my pick.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. They get a 4th place schedule, 31 games missed by week 1 starters in the secondary for the Lions last year. I found it in my notes here. So loaded with weapons offensively. They did, of course, as T mentioned, David Montgomery's gone. They did bring in Isaiah Pacheco from the Chiefs, but he hasn't looked the same since that pretty egregious leg injury, and now he's hurt again. So they're going to have to find some running back depth. I do like defensively. Obviously, Aiden Hutchinson, healthy, is very elite. They bring in Jack Campbell, one of the just best linebackers in football last year. And in their secondary, they've got Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, DJ Reed, Roger McCreary. They stay on the field. I think they can handle the majority of the opposing receivers in this division, maybe save one team. So I definitely think they go over that number, but I'm not picking them to win this division. I think the Packers will miss the playoffs instead of getting the 7 seed like they have the last 3 years. I think Detroit's going to be the runner-up. I'm picking Minnesota.
Kevin O'Connell love. I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
It's plus 510. It's 5-1. I don't think Kyler Murray can be any worse. T can speak to this than he's been the past couple seasons. We saw what Kevin O'Connell did with Sam Darnold, who they're still stupid for letting go, but they let him walk out the door, and all he did was go win a Super Bowl with the Seahawks. This team is loaded offensively. And Brian Flores is one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL. I'm not worried about this defense. This defense will be elite. They were 3rd in the NFL last year in total defense. Offensively, they were 28, and they still won 9 games with basically non-existent quarterback play, right? So if Kyler Murray can, A, stay healthy, that's obviously number one, but B, if he can just not suck, if they can just get mediocre, average quarterback play out of Kyler Murray, he can complete forward passes. I've seen him do it. I haven't really seen J.J. McCarthy do that, but I've seen Kyler Murray do it. All he's got to do is get the ball somewhere close, and these receivers will get it. Offensive line's good. They can run the ball. Aaron Jones still got a little gas in the tank. Now, they did lose Javon Hargrave, Jonathan Allen, and Jonathan Grenard off that defensive front. But they had a great draft with Jake Golday, Dominique Orange, and I got to mention, of course, Jacoby Thomas. He's still a ball for life, even though he went to Miami. I don't need to tell you about how good Justin Jefferson is. And we saw Jordan Addison come on. TJ Hawkinson, he's pretty good. And then, oh, by the way, they went out and got the dog, Jawan Jennings. Kyler doesn't have to be a superstar. Kyler just has to be serviceable. And 11
I didn't know they went out and got
wins.
Jawan Jennings. That's huge. As their wide receiver 3, that's huge.
Yeah. 11 games it won it last year. I think 11, 12 games can win it this year. And I think Kyler Murray gives Minnesota a shot at winning at least 3 more games than they did last year with nobody playing quarterback. Give me the Vikings 5-1 to win the division.
I don't hate it. I think KOC, as bad as Kyler has been in the last 2 years, I think he sees Kyler Murray, and he's had quarterback play of just pretty much statues back there. I mean, Kirk O'Chains, like, he's athletic-ish for a white, but he ain't running around. You give KOC Kyler Murray and his offense, I think he's drooling right now of what he can do. And
I legit don't think this was an actual quarterback competition. They brought Kyler Murray in here on a 1-year, $1.3 million, whatever ridiculously low number the veteran minimum is. I think he wanted out. I think he wanted change of scenery. We've seen what change of scenery can do. And he's with the quarterback whisperer. I'll say this. If KOC can't fix him, he can't be fixed.
Yeah.
So that tells me how bad J.J. McCarthy really is, that Kevin O'Connell can't even get production out of him.
Well, the other thing is, like, JJ can't stay healthy. Like, he's shown glimpses of being able to, like, figure it out. And, KOC, you've heard him in the mic, like, walking him through it. The dude can't stay on the field. And, Kyler, for as, comparatively small as he is on the NFL, I mean, he's had some hamstring issues, but I don't think he's really dealt with long-term injury outside. He had the ACL one year, right? Did he tear his ACL one year?
Yeah, he's definitely had some injuries. Staying on the field has been an issue for Kyler.
I remember the ACL, but I didn't think he had missed any time. I guess he hadn't been in the league super long.
Well, he's missed some pretty significant time. I just don't know if he's had a significant injury.
No, he has. It was he had a knee.
Yeah, I knew he had the ACL, but yeah, I mean, just what Cliff could do with Kyler. Now, maybe it was a little bit of fugazi, but I think he went 7-1 that year, and it kind of fell off of what Cliff Kingsbury could do.
They started off 8-0, and I remember being completely unconvinced then, because you even texted me. You were like, "Yo, Cardinals 8-0," and I was like, "Doesn't mean anything. We're still going to stink." And then we proceeded to finish the season like 2-6, like something horrible. Even that 8-0 start didn't get me hype. I knew better.
But yeah, I think if Cliff can do with Kyler, KOC can elevate that even more. I don't hate the pick. It might be a lot to pick up to win the division in year one, but
it will be. It's a long shot bet, but I see the potential there. And if we get, because what if Kyler Murray resurges and he's surgical with passes and he's scrambling around like a little chicken out there. This division, I mean, it'll be a 2-horse race in my opinion, because I think the Bears regress, I think the Packers regress, and I think it's Minnesota and Detroit, and Minnesota's defense is good enough. They're like Houston. Houston doesn't have to necessarily get elite quarterback play. They just need C.J. Stroud not to be terrible. Kind of the same thing with Kyler Murray. And let's be honest, I think Minnesota's got better weapons around him than what C.J. Stroud has in Houston.
Yeah. Yeah. To your point before, B-Flow, I know from experience, terrible head coach, but
horrible
one
head coach.
One hell of a defensive coordinator.
Yep.
And
Mike McDaniel the same way. Horrible head coach, but I promise you, he is gonna cook with Justin Herbert and that offense.
Yes,
in LA.
I 100% agree with that.
He's still an idiot, but he'll have that offense humming.
Yes, he is not a leader of men, but he can get the offense going. I don't hate it. The Minnesota bet. I think they finished second to Detroit, and I know you don't play scared hammer, but that's one you put in now, and if it's close 3/4 way through the season, you might cash that thing out and make a little money anyways.
I can tell you right now, if Minnesota opens up 2-0, that number will disappear into the oblivion. You'll never see it again. So that's why I got on it before the show last night. I was already on that play. So you took Detroit, Rando, right?
Yes, sir.
See, who's your winner in the North?
Detroit.
I missed it. Detroit also.
Yeah, I love Amon-Ra. I love Jahmyr Gibbs. Their tight end is good. They got a good defense with
J-Mo. I think J-Mo has a breakout this year.
Yeah, Jameson Williams.
Yeah, that offense is fantastic.
And then you got Jack Campbell and Hutchinson and stuff. Like the defense is solid. So I'm a Detroit believer.
Yeah, and in all honesty, that's probably what will and should happen, just because again their schedule it's pretty cake.
Are they odds-on favorite per the books?
Yes, not odds-on, but they are the favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, they're plus money to win the division. So another good play. I mean, all 4 teams are plus money, but they're the shortest at plus 180. They're minus 130 to go over 10.5 wins. And then Drew took the Bears, and Josh also took the Lions. So Josh, Rando, and T all picking Detroit. Drew picks Chicago, and I'm on Minnesota. Nobody picked the Packers. Do we all just agree the Packers are going to be terrible this year? Or because all three of us picked them to go under that win total.
Well, I said it last night, Hammer. If you could tell me that they were fully healthy and didn't have no BS going on their roster, you could make a case that they could win it. The problem is like, who knows how long Parsons misses? Who knows what's going on with Josh Jacobs? And then like, it's just hard to get. It's hard to get there with them because those are two of their top 3 players on their roster, and they might miss severe time. By the time those guys get back, hard telling what their record could be. Like their season might already be over by the time those two even could be playing. So
yeah, and we're pretty certain Parsons isn't going to be back until after week 6.
Yeah, so
he's got to be on the field for them to win.
Yeah, certainly, and it's hard to sell when you're missing those 2 guys because hell, you could be 2-4. 1-5 and your season's over and you're like, well, okay, let's just shut it down and go get a high draft pick and then be back right in the conversation next year. So
and I'm not a big Jordan Love fan either. I'm just not sold on him as a quarterback. I think he's very average, and I think he makes some kind of boneheaded decisions and throws at times that really hurt them. He can be as much of a liability as he can an asset. And I just don't have any faith in that team at all, especially without Parsons. And then we talked about it, Josh Jacobs. We don't know what's going to happen there. So we've seen how the NFL handles stuff like this, and it's typically not favorable for the player. So I don't know that we'll see a whole lot of him this coming season. And it all just spells under, what is it, 9.5? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they make 500 this year. They could go 7-10.
So sorry, we'll wrap up NFL training camp. There's just some big Mark Mitchell news that dropped, so I was reading up on that. Going around NFL training camp real quick. Yeah, I think we covered Kyler Murray named the starter. Unfortunately, Ricky in San Francisco confirmed that he's got to have season-ending. You might have already seen that. I just saw that yesterday. That his that's another dude who's super talented, can't stay on the damn field.
He can't get on the field.
Yeah. It's shoot. I mean, he got shot and then blew out his hamstring, and now ACL. I think his whole knee was blown out from when I read it. But that's all right. You have the multi-talented, multifaceted, multi-tool come back to your roster, so you're gonna be all right.
Just a little older and less explosive,
and more heavy, but that's all right.
Yeah, I don't know if he's been reading playbooks, but he's damn sure been reading menus.
Yeah, he's pulling
not nutrition facts.
He's pulling the.
I'm not excited about that. Just in case you wonder. That's a trivia question on the radio or something. No, I'm not excited about it.
Okay,
he
so
reminds me of when James Harden forced his way out of Houston by getting fat.
Yeah.
exactly what he reminds me of.
Yeah, now they got to force him in his uniform. So
they got to get 3 people to put his shoulder pads on now.
Man, I'm telling you.
All right, so it just came out recently. At least I just saw it. I think it's recent news. Drew, you let me know if you've seen it earlier, but I figured you would have been as excited as I am right now if you had seen it.
It literally just happened 10 minutes ago.
Boom. Okay, so Mark Mitchell is in his name is inked in a Jefferson County,
Kentucky
injunction. Yeah, in Kentucky, to play next year, right? So the fight to legally be able to play next year. What's big about that, and Drew, correct me if I'm wrong, but the reason why Tennessee's guy got his injunction in the state of Tennessee and then went from Vandy to Tennessee is that when you get those injunctions, you play in that state, right? It's per the state. The circuit court in Colorado said, hey, We're going to make this whole thing legal. Now we got to go to the state level and file an individual injunction. So that means Mark Mitchell has to play in the state of Kentucky, right? If he's found eligible to play.
Yeah, I believe so. And I'll give Matt Jones credit because I guess he was the one that found it. And I've been reading his stuff. That's what it seems like. He's, obviously he's a lawyer too. So he put out a tweet that said, obviously it would make no sense for Mark Mitchell to file an extra year in Kentucky unless he was going to Kentucky, as the injunction would only be for this state. So obviously that's strange. I guess there's no secrets in this recruitment now that he did file it in the state of Kentucky, but I'm not a lawyer at all, and I'm genuinely asking questions because I have no idea. How are some of these guys in a Colorado case and like they're able to go everywhere, or in Ohio case like Keyshawn Hall, but he's not required to go there. But then this one, Mark Mitchell has to play at Kentucky, or is that wrong? Like I have no idea. I don't.
I think there's two factors to that. So the
Or
first,
is
the
it two
Colorado
lawsuits.
Well, so the California, so Judge Sweeney, whatever her title is, her injunction was against the NCAA because of the lawsuit that's currently on the NCAA. So that was attacking that as a whole, which made them eligible to play this fifth year if you were the 2022 class. But I think it has something to do with, one, Mark Mitchell wasn't in the transfer portal. He's having to get that fifth year eligibility through the state that way. And I don't know what Keyshawn Hall did. Keyshawn Hall was in the portal. So
He was in the Ohio case, or he still is in the Ohio case. I'm not sure.
Okay. And I don't know if you can file over multiple injunctions, but yeah. So that seems to be right. Like that's what, in my mind, I went to the Tennessee thing and why he went to, he went through. Now he was in Vandy, so it maybe made sense.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, talk about it.
Well, first off, Matt Jones just put a tweet out. He has a hearing tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. in Louisville. So that's number one. Number two, he kind of answered my question. I saw he put it up 6 minutes ago. So he says the current Colorado injunction only allows people who entered the portal to transfer schools. Mark Mitchell is asking for the specific ability to get another year, even if he didn't enter the portal. That would require Judge Edwards to go even farther than the Colorado judge did. So I guess that pretty much is saying if I'm passed, I'm going to Kentucky. I guess that's what's going on here.
Well, the tea leagues were already kind of pointing in that direction anyways. Yeah. And as T's just absolutely loving Hogball's comments over here. That's why I put them up on the screen. And so Coach Ryan is talking about, so he spoke to a lawyer, him playing Kentucky before makes it kind of like the NBA with the jock text thing. I think he's talking about Keyshawn Hall. So.
No, I think he's talking about Mark Mitchell. I don't know, Coach Ryan.
Talking about
get on the show.
But I think, because I mean that I just don't understand that, because like they're obviously traveling outside of the state to play. So if that's what he's meaning, like he came to Kentucky once before, but then Mark Mitchell would be able to play in another state. Yeah, we got to get some clarification with that. But regardless. He's trying to get this eligibility for the fifth year. It's probably going to go through. They haven't said no to any of them yet.
Yeah, the NCAA hasn't won in 5 years, so.
Okay, so yeah, you're right, Drew. He was talking about Mark Mitchell.
Yeah.
What are you giggling?
Hogball, like probably.
Going Hogball, man.
Oh. All right. We got to get to where we can we got to incorporate our comments and read them out loud for the viewers, the radio listeners that we have here in a couple weeks. I'm like, what are these dudes giggling at? But regardless, Mark Mitchell getting his fifth year of eligibility, most likely, and Kentucky's a school that has been linked to him. Was it Tipton that I know it was behind a paywall, but those things get posted pretty quickly on the Twitter sphere, saying that was the only team that he was that he would watch out for. Was that Tipton, or who was that put that out there? Drew, do you know?
I believe the one from today was Tipton.
Okay.
In regards to Mitchell.
So as the news kind of was unfolded about where these players were going, we have Mark Mitchell, Kentucky. We have Jackson Kohler, BYU lean is what's being reported. And Keyshawn Hall is just like some messy recruitment no one really knows, right? That's what we're hearing. And then everybody naturally goes, well, LSU's got to get somebody, so probably LSU. So Mark Mitchell, Kentucky, Jackson Kohler, BYU, and Keyshawn Hall, LSU. Or Drew, do you say something different or think something different, or are we moving too fast?
Well, I think now after the news, it certainly seems like Mark Mitchell is leaning towards Kentucky. With Keyshawn Hall, I saw something today on Trilly Donovan's Discord. I kept getting them sent to me that he was wanting to come to Kentucky, but I guess Mark Pope was saying no. So I'm not sure.
Keyshawn Hall.
Yes, talking about Keyshawn Hall. So I'm not sure why he was saying no. Could have been of what we've talked about previously on the shows of maybe the conversations went south or something, or maybe Mark Pope's number one guy, just like Rando wants, is Mark Mitchell, and he's waiting for that and then going to decide. So maybe Rando will be the final assistant on Kentucky's staff this year, potentially.
I'm going to be there September 17th. I'm cheap, coach. Super cheap.
You're not going for the 15th roster spot. You're going for the last coaching spot.
Well, either way, I mean, you got to be able to show them that I got maybe if I got to get there and practice a little bit.
Yeah. So I think from what it seems like, Mark Mitchell to Kentucky, Keyshawn Hall, weird. And now this is another weird one. So Jackson Kohler, there was a article posted today from Tipton who said BYU has emerged as the front runner. Obviously, that was kind of strange. Obviously, he's from BYU. Mark Pope, who was the head coach at Kentucky, recruited him to BYU. So I think obviously people assume he was going to BYU. But, and I typically don't do this and play the source game or play the quote unquote insider game, but it just so happened to come to me. So I spoke to a source today who says that assumption that BYU emerged as a front runner was a little bit premature. They don't really believe that is the case. According to a source, the Kohler family was only considering Kentucky and Louisville yesterday. So they're not really sure where the BYU reports came from. And I'll say this, the money is high for the Kohler recruitment. Now, I'm not going to dive into the exact numbers from what I've heard, but it's not going to be necessarily cheap, nor will any of these three prospects likely be cheap, just knowing who they are. And I'll say this, the source told me that he thinks this report of Kohler to BYU in some way, shape, or form is maybe a staff involvement, maybe a player involvement, whatever it may be. They believe that it is a kind of stir of the pot to get Kentucky to bite on Mark Mitchell fast, in which maybe that is what happened today. At one time, Jackson did believe and was told that he was Kentucky's number one target. I'm not sure if that's changed, why that's changed, how that's changed, whatever it may be. But it certainly seems like now it has shifted to Mark Mitchell being Kentucky's number one target. And I'll say this because the Kentucky and Louisville thing obviously was strange, and we might dive into it, but Louisville obviously got a portal commitment today in Seth Trimble, guard transfer from North Carolina. I asked another source if that officially took Louisville off the books for Kohler, and he said not so fast. Louisville has upwards of $5 million to use if they want to use it. And
Do they have the roster spot?
They have a walk-on that's willing, apparently, allegedly, they have a walk-on willing to switch to being a manager. So that's just what I was told. Louisville, they have upwards to $5 million, and they have a walk-on player that is willing to, I guess, transition into a manager. So I'm not sure what the Jackson Kohler recruitment looks like now, because BYU's reported as a front runner. I think the Kohler family was honed in on Kentucky and Louisville. Well, now Louisville takes a commitment today from Seth Trimble. Kentucky's got, I don't know, they're in the mix of these three guys, and there seems like no clear answer. This is the Mark Pope recruitment at its finest. Like, we have no idea what's going on. I guess these players don't know what's going on. It can go in any direction. And I guess Louisville's still in the picture now because if they have a walk-on player that's willing to turn into a manager. So crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Well, we'll see. I mean, there's two sides of this. There's the side of, I guess there's probably three sides in the because the reality is going to be in the middle. But there is the what, and I appreciate Drew giving us the information. He's got someone that he's talking to, said, hey, tell us what you're thinking. I know when you hear source, like the hairs on the top of your arm, like stand up on the back of your neck.
I never do that. And I never do that.
So which is a little bit of protection here. Like it's what we're hearing, but we do know that things happen, which is BYU news that came out. This could be trying to regain some leverage of like, no, hold on. Yeah, these other teams are still available to us. BYU, we're trying to get a little bit extra. We're not committed yet because the thing that's coming out is BYU needs a 5. And we do know, because Jackson Kohler's dad has been very vocal about this, he don't want to play the 5. He wants to play the 4. So he has come out there and said, like, he is more for that's what we want him to do. Now he hasn't said we won't do it. If the money's right and it makes sense, maybe they will. So that contradicts itself. But Louisville goes and gets, now he's a guard. It's not the same spot. There's some maneuvering that needs to happen there. And for at least a week now, the outside of the Kohler camp, Mark Mitchell has been that top thing. And then the second was maybe Keyshawn Hall. And then there's been some fluctuation there. But Mark Mitchell has always been from the true insiders who put this stuff out. Mark Mitchell was always floated out as like the top guy. So we'll see how this thing plays out. I feel confident that we're going to get one of Mark Mitchell Mark Mitchell or Jackson Kohler. And as we are talking, it's seemingly folks think Mark Mitchell's a closed deal. We'll see what happens tomorrow. He's got to be eligible first, and we'll go from there. We all know how I feel. Mark Mitchell is the guy I want. I think he's a unique player who can fit right into an empty spot in this roster. But I'll be happy with Jackson as well. Drew, we'll see what ends up coming out within the next few days of this information that you got. And, we'll be able to go from there. And it's a learning thing, right? We'll know, like, hey, what we got here is potentially going to, can continue and get us some good info, or no, this is not a good, at least in this time wasn't a good information.
And I just searched. So the judge in the case is a graduate from the University of Kentucky. So.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we're playing the dirty game now. Everybody else does it. It's time for the Cats to step in there. And
bearded Pope ain't playing around. All right. We'll appease the hog ball, and we'll get back to the border rivals piece of this show. T, you hate fun. You hate the locker room. So I'm sure seeing the Tennessee Vols Hoops team out there having fun at Soaky Mountain really ticked you off. You're probably one of those old guys tweeting out like, "Get these dudes in the gym. What are they doing having fun?" You're muted.
You're muted.
My bad. Y'all know I got kids running around making noise all the time. Nah, man, like I'm all about it. I was just giving you a hard time for acting like just because you have fun, that means you get to raise a banner. That's
not what I said.
That is exactly how you were acting.
That's different. How I act and what I say are different things. Ask Pat Kelsey.
Okay, Marine officer, implied task versus specified task. That was an implied task from you, good sir. So
that ain't me on this show.
I knew what you were trying to get at.
Yeah, I need to know when the parade is so I can make plans.
Yeah, because we all
When's
know
the title
Rando looks for any excuse to say Banner 9. And so they went on a cruise or whatever it was, and so now Kentucky's going to win. So, but
that's great logic.
Well, not so fast, my friend, because Tennessee basketball went to the water park together. So it looks like Banner number 1 is coming our way.
Listen, you were all in some bum ass water park. We was on. It's not a boat. It's a yacht. We was on a yacht, man. This thing was like a party yacht out there jumping off. I gotta say, I'm hoping because the videos were on that they had to wear the life jackets. If we are making these dudes roll around the entire time with life jackets on this little party boat thing, like let's stop nerding out as much. Hopefully they're like, hey, we gotta play safe because it's gonna be on video. Throw these things on real quick, but watching a bunch of grown men jump into the water with life jackets on, I'm like, all right, it's less cool now, but I'll move on.
Safety first.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good point. If the Cats win 9, T and Hammer have to come to the parade.
Yeah. We'll get them a float in the parade. We'll get them.
Absolutely never celebrate anything for Kentucky.
If y'all make a Final Four this year, I'll wear some Tennessee stuff.
No,
you're not even worthy.
No, you won't.
What are you talking about? I'm not worthy.
You're not worthy of the beautiful orange. You are not worthy of Pantone 151 Charlie. Sorry.
Yeah. Of all the slander that we've had to hear on this very program from you about our orange.
Whiska's got that T on it. I look great in orange.
I'll say this. I can't wait for Saturday and the reactions of Rando's Kentucky schedule prediction for Kentucky and Tennessee and how this goes.
My reaction is going to be to you, Drew, when you pick us going 3 or 4 wins.
When Drew keeps it real.
It'll be over 4.
It better be over 4.
Slightly.
Hogball, that means that y'all are going to win a championship. Apparently, all 3 of our teams are going to win the Natty. So because y'all were on a yacht, Kentucky was on a yacht, we were at the water park. So we're all winning.
Nope.
3 teams in the Final Four would be elite, though.
There we go.
That would be fun.
That would be an elite Final Four.
Stressful as hell, because one of us is going to be super pissed.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
All right, but let's go ahead. Let's just continue ruining the show by talking about Tennessee. More practice clips come out. The team's looking good. Practice clips. I know y'all hate those things too. But both football and basketball, I see them. Faison slinging that thing, looking like the real deal at quarterback again in the practice reps.
Oh, dang. I knew I wasn't going to be spared from hardball the whole time. There it was.
Yeah.
Hardball, Tennessee and I mean, Hardball, you were on last show when we told that we dropped the new shirt, a bunch of new all volleyball stuff, and then there's a plain T-shirt to celebrate Tennessee Final Fours on there. You can get a great deal on it. Heavy pour 50% off, free shipping. But yeah, I'll let you all carry. You want to talk about football or basketball?
What we're talking about, the little practice clips?
Tennessee, anything. Y'all want to talk about Tennessee? Y'all want to talk about the lower state of the border rivals?
Not really. Nah. I mean, it's preseason, so like I'm ready for the season to start.
Me too.
I do not like the practice clips. You are correct. So I don't
hate your team.
I don't do a whole lot of.
It's not that. It's just there's too much. There's not enough context in a 5-second clip from practice.
Right. That is a good point.
So I don't get too bit excited either way.
Yeah.
You don't remember?
I don't want to hang banners and throw parades because somebody hit an unguarded 3 in practice, Rando. I'm sorry.
or they posted our shooting clips from practice and making that a good shooting, making that mean we're a good shooting team.
I mean, we've got a quarterback competition going on, and from what I'm hearing, both quarterbacks are looking really good. So
perfect.
It's not
if you
just,
got 2 quarterbacks,
not
you got
just
no
Maison
quarterbacks.
that's slinging it. Do what?
I said, if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks. Quarterback controversy is exactly what I
There
need.
will be one quarterback when it's all said and done. Josh Heupel
Heupel's going to throw 2 out there.
No, he won't. He's not going to run 2 quarterbacks.
Back and forth.
Whatever he's going to do is going to be the right decision. I know that.
Yep.
He's probably going to score points too.
In bunches.
You know what I have? You know I didn't see at practice? I didn't see Heupel under center taking snaps like William Stein is.
Why would he need to do that?
What's the point of doing that? Is William Stein going to throw a pass in the game?
No, but he's leading from the
front.
front.
Did William Stein win a national championship at quarterback?
And now in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Listen, he's out here leading from the front, getting under center, showing the quarterback, hey, listen, this is what I need you to do.
That's pretty bad if your head coach is having to show the quarterback how to take a snap. I mean, God, you got bigger problems than I thought.
Kenny Minch's like, my coach can slang this thing, man. I'm gonna.
My coach won a national championship, dummy.
Yeah.
Your coach can't get up out of a couch without sweating his tail off right now. Okay.
He still won a national championship.
He won a national championship.
Yeah. 30 years ago. Congratulations.
Oh, so now the past doesn't matter. Oh,
no, that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
You said that. I appreciate that. Let's not forget that you said that. So something in the past, like long past, a decade or more ago, doesn't matter. So therefore,
I said
no more Final Four talk. No more Final Four talk.
Me dragged into getting crushed over here.
When's the last Final Four we got to? 2014?
15.
15, 14.
Oh yeah, you're a decade plus removed, my friend.
Yeah, going on 12 years.
Which is why I tell Kentucky fans that all the time. Like, yo, y'all are living in a distant past. That banner has collected dust by now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But we got one.
And that's
sure.
8 of them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good fine. For y'all. Just like our coach has a national championship as a quarterback. So it's like it either matters or it doesn't.
Both things can be true.
Yeah.
Sure. What's mostly true is your coach is gross. So
boom.
Yeah. All right. Well, since you don't want to talk about Tennessee football,
I can feel that time though. I can feel that time slot though.
What are you doing?
I got a game for y'all.
Okay, 1 second though, because I want to talk. We just got to talk about
Louisville. Rando hates fun, y'all. See,
Rando hates fun.
No, I want to dump on Louisville real quick. Drew's going to tell me again. He's going to tell me why Trimble was a great ad.
I won't say it's a great ad.
Oh, that's perfect timing. Juice is just on here. Juice is about to tell y'all about how Terrence Hill gave Trimble.
Oh yeah, Terrence Hill absolutely embarrassed him
because he's kind of cheek. But go ahead, Drew.
No, I the one thing that I'll say, and to me, it's one of the biggest things I hate about Kentucky fans, and I don't say that very often, but it does bother me, especially for me, because I always try to look at everything like being honest, and I try to take bias out of everything and try to like be prepared. And the one thing that bothers me is like Louisville I'll say this, he's a good ad. He averaged 14 points per game last year, 3 assists, 1.4 assists, over a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. He's not a great shooter, as was pointed out a ton when he committed this morning. Only 18 for 63, 28.6 assists, but he had 31 steals in 24 games. He's a lead at drawing fouls. He nearly 80% of the games he played this year, he scored in double figures. He only played in 24 games this year because he had a freak hand injury that happened in the weight room. And the thing that bothers me the most is like when somebody commits to Kentucky, right? It's always taken the greatest things ever. They're the best player of all time. They're the next LeBron James. The list goes on. And then when somebody commits to Louisville, it's just pointing out the worst things possible. And, oh, this player sucks. He's a terrible fit, blah, 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 blah. And that's part of
Yes.
rivalries. That is part of rivalries. And I love that. I absolutely love that. That's part of rivalries, right? We do it on this show. We're talking about Kentucky and Tennessee. But it just Louisville's good. Now, the same way that you guys all say, everybody else says, there are certain deficiencies in their roster. Don't get me wrong, but they have a good roster. They will be a top 15 team in the preseason. They have question marks on their team just like Kentucky does, but I hate the fact that it just bothers me. It bothers me because we put unrealistic expectations on times of our own team. And again, it's Kentucky basketball. There should be expectations. It's why I get furious when we don't have the most talent in the world and we have recruiting issues and we lose games that we shouldn't be losing. That's why I get frustrated. But I hate it that everything is always so good and we have unrealistic expectations for certain players, certain teams. And then on the other side, it's like bash our rivalry team. And people say it about Tennessee. And I'll say this, out of all the three teams, I would choose Tennessee's team 10 out of 10 times. So I get it. It's part of the rivalry. But
You're going to be on a one-show suspension.
Nah,
Keep
Drew
talking like that.
was on here preaching.
But see, I'm honest. Like, even that's just how I am, though. Like, you'll see it on Saturday when we pick the records. Like, now I'm not going to pick Tennessee to go undefeated, but I'm also not going to take the rivalry bias and be like, oh, they're going to go 6-6. And I'm also not going to hype up Kentucky football when there's unrealistic expectations, when we've never seen it before, when we've never seen the quarterback play, when we have no idea what a Will Stein offense looks like at Kentucky. The offensive line sounds great, but we've never seen them.
That sounds like it sounds like Drew hates fun, is what it sounds like.
I don't
Sounds like Drew knows ball.
And I love Kentucky, but there's just certain things I'm like, what in the world?
He's speaking the truth. There's two kinds of people in this world, Rando. Those that can accept truth and you.
Listen, one, go look at the Louisville fans that are out here. You know, they're doing
and
the
they're
same
talking a little crazy
thing.
too.
Yeah, they're talking.
They do have a good roster, but I don't know, man. I'm not sold on that.
I was going to finish with that.
Okay.
There are certain roster fits when you look at the point guards. Like, how does him and Shellstad fit together? And then you have a big who's a elite shot blocker and an elite rim protector, or I guess same thing. I meant to say elite lob threat and obviously catching lobs and dunking it. But outside of that, like, what is Flory? They have a lot of deficiencies on their roster, including Carter Knox. When Carter Knox is really good, he's really good, but we haven't seen that a lot. So that was where I was getting to. We say the same things about Kentucky's roster and some of the question mark players, and I won't even dive into that. But then on Louisville's side, they're the worst thing ever. We point out the worst traits that they have, but on Kentucky's team, we always point out the best things. That's what bothers me, and that's why I'm saying all of this. With that being said, I still don't think Louisville is that much better than Kentucky going into the year.
I don't think they're better at all.
At all.
But so I think, and I said this, adding guard play, depth guard play, especially right now when you get a player like that, is never a bad thing. But everybody just threw him directly into the starting lineup as the starting two guard. And I'm like, if that's the case, this team, I don't think was as good as they were hyping it up to be in the first place, because he was, I know maybe it's because of injuries, but like, he was a good sixth-man option at UNC. For Pat Kelsey's offense, you mentioned he can't shoot. If he's going to be that starting two guard, they don't. Who do they have that's the Michael Brown on this roster? They don't. And Michael Brown was a massive part of their success when they were winning. Not even close. They don't have a Chucky on this team. Like, two players that were very Chucky Hepburn. The only wrong thing with him is that he went to Louisville. That kid is an absolute stud, especially a college basketball player. They don't have anybody like that. They don't have anybody who can jump in and play that role. They're hoping as a collective they can win, but none of these players really fit what Pat Kelsey has done the last 2 years. And maybe he's trying to flip it around, but they're still playing small. Mm-hmm. They don't even have a McNeely on this team. Like, I don't understand they have a lot of big names, and they went out and put a lot of money in the portal, and they had some quick hits, right? And I think that got a lot of people excited, including big basketball pundits, like guys that cover college basketball, think they're going to be very good. Kyle Tucker was out there, glazing, saying this team is awesome. I just personally don't see it. Now, some of that is my Louisville hate. I'll admit it. But the other piece of it is if you just look at it, it's like, what is he trying to do with his roster construction? Because we saw last year firsthand a team that can light it up and play fast and go up on us quick. Like, that was not fun for us to watch. Now, we climbed back and got close. But last year's team, when it was clicking, was pretty good, and it smacked us in the mouth early. That's not what this team's going to be at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll say this, though, like I said, they do have question marks, and they did get a lot of on paper great names. Now, if everybody hits, they're going to be awesome. The same way if everybody hits on Kentucky, they're going to be awesome. They should dominate the ACC outside of Duke. Like, they should have no problem winning in the ACC. I don't even know what their non-conference looks like outside of Kentucky, but like, that's going to be a good game. Both teams are good. I wouldn't say either are great. Both teams have question marks. Maybe Kentucky is great if they add Mark Mitchell or Jackson Kohler or Keyshawn Hall. We'll see kind of how those dynamics work out. But yeah, I'm not making a case for Louisville to be the preseason #1 team by any means. But I was just saying a lot of Kentucky fans were like bashing the Seth Trimble pickup, and I get why, because there's certain obvious flaws in his game. But if we're being honest, you just added a all ACC honorable mention selection, a really good player for 4 years. And the one thing about Seth Trimble that I really like in terms of adding him to the Louisville team is he was a role player for 3 years before he turned into a kind of North Carolina's dude. And a lot of that was because of a talent lack at North Carolina outside of Caleb Williams and Henry Visar last year. So I think it's a good pickup, but I also found it strange that, and you pointed it out, that, what was it, a week ago, Pat Kelsey was like, I love my team, we're not adding anybody. And then you wake up this morning and fact check, buddy, you did add somebody. So I thought you made a good point in saying, like, how much did you really love your team when you made that comment? And now, at what I said earlier, talking to a source, it sounds like Louisville's still going to try to get them. And they have upwards of $5 million, and they have the ability to, I guess, apparently create a roster spot for Jackson Kohler if he wanted to go to Louisville.
Yeah, that would shock me. That would really shock me. I think the team, like BYU, needs him, but if you don't want to play the spot, it may, whatever. I guess if unfortunately he's the loser in the sweepstakes of Kentucky, and we'll see.
Hell, maybe we need to do that. Go get him. Go get both of them, Jackson Kohler and Mark Mitchell, or something.
Hey, got Louisville in the comments.
Yeah, he knows Louisville's roster is if it was so much better than Kentucky's, they would not be clamoring for what Seth Trimble is now. They'd have been just fine with it, and they sure as hell wouldn't have thrown him in that starting spot. But hey, the good ad.
I also heard they paid him around $3 million. So,
yeah, but hey, PK loved his team before. Shout out. Zoom or Shellstead?
I'll go like even. I think they're even.
Okay.
Going into the year, I'll take them even. Going into.
No, I think they're very close as well. I think Zoom's more physical. Shellstead's a little bit more athletic. Say Alex is our 2. Alex or Seth?
Alex Wilkins.
I don't think that's relatively. I don't think it's close for what Alex can be. The 3 spot, Milan or Carter Knox?
Yeah, Milan.
The 4 spot.
By a lot, by the way.
By a lot. The 4 spot.
Are we going to factor in one of the guys, or
let's say McBride. Let's just be conservative. McBride.
Okay. Who's there? Montgomery?
Yeah,
That's-
and then Fru's
No, Fru's gone.
gone. So yeah, I think Fru played the 4 last year, right? And Montgomery coming and play the 4 from this year.
Yeah, it sounds. No, I think Fru played the 5, but same thing.
Okay.
I'll take Montgomery, but I'll say this: we have, in my personal opinion, if let's just say we don't add anybody, I would hope that Usman Njai is the starting 4, but we haven't seen him play, so I'm not going to give him that until we see him play. So I would say Njai, but then I would just say Montgomery because we haven't seen him play. So
Yeah, but say we land Mark Mitchell.
we talked about them the other day, and I believe he was in the chat, or it was a couple weeks ago. He was in the chat when we were talking about Jacksonville State. So
Hey, I was a stone's throw away from NDSU for 3 years. That's the only thing that Fargo's got going for it.
yeah.
Okay, in the 5, Malachi Moreno.
This year, I'll say equal going into the year because I believe in Malachi's upside, and Malachi is 6 inches taller than Flory. Flory's great defensively, shot blocker, catches lobs, but they're different players, so it's really hard to judge at the 5 spot. So I'll say even. So I have 2-2, and that's with not factoring in if we add somebody. Because I'm not going to give Usman Njai or Justin McBride the advantage because
we haven't seen it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But Mark Mitchell takes us to the top. That would
But the bench, Kentucky, I think is slightly better at the least.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there. That's just I played that exercise in my head today, and I was like, everybody is losing their minds, and I've just try to be objective about it as best I could. The starters, I think, are close, but I would take Kentucky over, especially if we get Mark Mitchell. Our bench, and that's assuming it's not Alex come off the bench, and it's Cam, and it's Milan, and someone else at the 4. So I'm happy with Kentucky's team compared to Louisville's. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
all right, T, let's play the game.
I'll just answer this. When you talk about Marino, like last year, Fru was 21, 22 years old. Malachi was an 18-year-old freshman. He's going to get to grown man, and that was his second college game of the year. So you can say he got dogged. Yeah, he did get dogged, but also that was the second game of his college career. And if you know anything about development, I think Malachi is going to be a lot better. I think he's going to be a lot better body-wise, game-wise, physicality-wise. And where's Flory Badunka getting better at this year? Because he can't even hardly shoot a free throw with 2 hands. And he's just going to get better at dunking the basketball and blocking shots, I guess. But there's a reason why one of them's a projected lottery pick potentially, and there's a reason he's still at Louisville as a all-conference player and one of the best shot blockers in the country because he cannot make any contributions on the NBA floor right now. So – yeah.
Bingo, bango, bungo. T, let's play the game. How long is this game gonna go?
This one shouldn't take long. It's a good different one. This will be
okay.
Blind ranking.
Ooh.
10 things. We're going best sports sounds. Best sounds in sports. Blind ranking.
Big Blue
is underneath a high school bleacher.
Like 1 billion of right there.
Now,
is what you hear under a high school bleacher on the list?
No, these are like on field of play sounds.
Okay. All right, and we all have to agree.
Well, you got to have a majority at least, so at least 2 of y'all got it.
And we're going through 10.
Yeah.
And keep what? How many we keep?
No, just blind ranking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
Hammer, you got your pen ready?
Sure.
Lock that thing in. Condition 1 that pen. There we go.
Okay. First sound is a hockey slap shot. You get that, and let me qualify, like whatever sound, always assume like the sweet spot on a bat or in a glove or on a hockey stick or whatever.
I mean, I think hockey's impressive, but I just don't have that sound in my head. I can't, like, if it's gonna be a top 5 sound, I gotta be able to go to it right away, and I can't.
I'll go
So
7.
thinking, like,
I'll go
7 or 8.
Yeah, 7 or 8.
Man, that's kind of low.
But
You're already
I
in the
think
minority.
there's gonna be some good ones coming. Like, if that's the first one, I think we got a long list of some good sounds.
Oh no, there's no doubt, and I've got a one that I will defend to the death. But is it really that low?
It ain't high.
No way it could be top 5.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I'm thinking of like
I'm not going to win this argument. So where y'all?
7. We'll go
put it?
7. We'll go to the high side.
Okay.
7.
All right.
Here we
For
go.
the record, I disagree.
I'm with you, Hammer. I don't even really like hockey like that, but that's a good sound.
We might have messed up, Brando. I don't know.
Okay. Sound number 2, a swish on a nylon net.
Yeah, that's like 2 or 1.
It's definitely top 3.
It got to
It's
be
top
top 3. Top 3 for sure.
I got 2 I like better. I'll put it that way. So I would vote 3.
Okay, I'm fine with 3. I'm fine.
I go 3 because I have one I can think of right now that I like better.
Okay. Swish of a nylon net is number 3. A baseball glove popping right in the sweet spot.
Like a catcher's mitt.
Catcher's mitt or a fielder's glove, like on a pop fly. Either way, you can take it how you want that one to be.
I mean, a called strike 3
Yeah.
popping in a glove is pretty
With the
high on
punch
my
out.
list.
It's a
Yeah.
good sound.
But it's not better than that perfect wood middle of the bat, that thing going 400 feet out of the park.
Oh yeah, no, I don't disagree with
And
that at all.
I would guess that's also on the list. So I'm gonna go. It is better than a slap shot, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go 6.
I'm going to go at least 5.
Dang. All right, so do y'all want 5 or 6? Because I have it behind the hockey shot.
If you want to
put it at
talk
8.
at 4,
We don't want
if
to put
you
it at 8.
talk me at 4, I could.
No, hell no. We're not talking to anybody in it for it. It's 5 or 6. I say 6.
I say 5.
Hammer's the tie break.
Good Lord. I'm gonna go 6.
All right.
Mm.
Baseball
Hammer did not want to agree with me there.
I don't ever want to. Sometimes I have to. It's my
All right.
purpose. It's my purpose on this show is to give you hell. So
Yep.
Next sound. You've used number 7, number 3, and number 6 so far. Next sound is the swish of a metal net, a very distinct sound over a nylon net, which is why I specified nylon last time.
See,
I've never really
that's
shot on a metal.
Oh my goodness, Drew.
Wait, what'd you just say, Drew?
I've never really shot on like a metal net.
all right, we may have to up that to 2 show suspension then.
Yeah, no, yeah. Drew, I was with you all the way until that.
Now I know what it sounds like, but
I don't
just,
even
Drew's
care
like,
about you not
what's the
watching
double
Ted
rim?
Lasso, but
What
not
is this
having shot
double
on a
rim
metal
you
net.
speak
No, if
Yeah.
it's a double rim, I'm out.
Yeah, see?
Especially for a shooter like me, I ain't shooting on no damn double.
And
net.
doesn't Drew claim to be a hooper too? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's where you know it's pure if you can hit that thing on a double rim. Just,
Oh yeah.
You gotta be real pure.
I can shoot on a
Drew's
double
like,
rim.
no, I need a shooter. Shoot, I was lucky if we had a net.
You could search me
That's
shooting
the worst.
basketball.
That is the worst. Playing
Yeah.
netless is
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah,
it is horrible.
Yeah.
It is
because the
horrible.
ball goes flying.
You don't know what's
Oh,
happening.
yeah, Have you seen the video? I'm getting sidetracked, but have you seen the video? I think it's the world's worst prison in the world. These dudes hooping with no backboard.
Oh yeah, I saw a clip of that. That was bizarre.
That's torture. That is
Yeah.
inhumane.
Hey,
Yeah.
that'll test your shooting ability right there.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, what in the world is going on? Anyways, all right. So I mean, I think it's below Slapshot for me. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like, that's a nostalgic sound that you love it, but it, like, in terms of greatest, that's 8 or 9 for me, probably.
I agree, because I think the other sounds are in like moments in sports, like we watch, and some of those are, like you hit the game winning 3 and it swishes. You know what I mean? Like those are impactful. While it's nostalgic, and we've all, except obviously Drew, have played on a goal with one of these, I don't think it ranks real high as far as a pure sports sound. So I agree, Rando. I think it's 8 or 9, maybe. I don't know. I think there's some other ones that probably could.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just because of the impact of it versus the impact of some of the other things that I think probably are going to be on this list. I would say 8 or 9. Y'all.
What you got, Drew? He can't. You know what? He can't even vote. He doesn't know what it sounds like.
I'll
All
go
right,
low.
we're gonna go.
I'll go low. We'll go low.
Hey, I'll go.
Make the call, Rando.
I think 9. I think 9's right.
9. All right.
Yeah.
I am polar opposite of y'all on that one. All right. Gotta be on your P's and Q's with this game, though. Next game, or next sound. So y'all have used 7, 3, 6, and 9.
Correct.
Next sound, a tennis ball off the racket sweet spot.
I don't know if I appreciate that one as much as I should.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
I already know you don't.
Jeez. What do we have? It definitely ain't 1 or 2. We got 3. We have 6, 7, and 9, right? I remember that right?
Correct.
You've used 7, 3, 6, and 9.
You couldn't have given that to me in sequential order. You gotta jumble my.
I gave it to you in the order that y'all have ranked them. So your first
Yeah.
one was 7, then 3, then 6, then 9. So 3, 6, 7, 9. There's your sequential order.
Thank you. 3, 6, 7, 5, 3, 9. I'm gonna go.
I think it's got to be.
Put me in a ballpark. I like it. Boom, 8. That's where I was going. I thought you were gonna go higher. I like it. I like it, Hammer.
I would have, but you put hockey shot on 7, so I can't.
We, Drew and I, did that. It's not just on me. All right, Simpatico. What's next?
All right. Next sound, a bowling strike.
Oh, that's a great sound.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Especially when you throw it.
That sound
That's
comes
top
with
5.
feeling. So
Yeah,
that's got to be. Well, it can't be 1 or 2, but
4 or 5.
since you put the hockey slap shot so low, it could be 4 or 5.
I think it's better than
it's all
us.
starting to work out. Yeah, for sure it is.
Especially when you're the one that throws that thing.
That's
yeah,
what
when
I'm
you throw
saying.
the thing, and you got your leg kicked out and your arm swinging like this.
Oh yeah.
Woo! And then and you're like, I don't even need to wait for that ball to come back. I'm just walking back to the
Feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
A little fist pump.
All right, 4 or 5. Y'all tell me 4 or 5.
I'll go 5.
I kind of lean 5 just because I think there's something else.
I might be trying to keep y'all on your toes with this one. Okay. Next sound, the perfect clack on a tackle with football pads.
Oh,
That is number 1.
That's
It is
That's
number 1.
not
Number
debatable.
1. No.
Yeah, that is number 1.
It's a great sound.
Especially
That is-
now when they had them
that's-
mic'd up.
That is when you hear that on TV, or if it's usually can't hear stuff like that in Neyland because it's so loud.
Yeah.
Probably hear it a lot at Kroger.
You can hear it.
Oh my God. There's not a better, more invigorating and riling up sound than somebody getting decleated.
Now, it's number 10 when it's your ass under that helmet. You just get smoked.
All right. Vulnerable moment. My junior season, we played Tuscombe College, which is in Greenville, Tennessee, on national TV on CBS College Sports, Thursday night game or something like that. It's where Jacoby Gillespie's from, by the way. But so we're all hyped. You know, I'm telling all the well, most of my family just drove over from Oak Ridge, but like I'm telling all the homies from JUCO and all that. Hey man, we're on national TV. First play of the game, kickoff, and I'm just the safety on kickoff because I was fast, so I could usually track down people if they kind of broke through. So I'm just kind of lollygagging down. This dude peels over from the other side, absolutely ear holes me and de-cleats me. So I am in the air, and I'm like, yo, this is on national TV. Like, while I'm in the air, I'm thinking about how it's on TV. But luckily, I was lollygagging because I was just a safety, so I was out of the frame. So you didn't see it on. But, man, yes, all that to your point, Drew. When you are the one on the receiving end, is not a.
When I was in middle school, I played quarterback, and we were running like a speed option one time. This kid was like 6 foot tall. Probably, I mean, he was a big boy for like 6th grade, and I didn't pitch the ball fast enough, and boom. I come flying back. Oh, I was laying there for a good bit. My dad came running out.
And then
he's
Drew,
like, "Get
Drew
your
picked
ass."
up a basketball the next day.
Drew said, "I'm a basketball player henceforth."
Yeah. Well, I made it a couple more years, but that was really, I didn't really get hit a whole lot outside of, man, I played some defense and stuff, but that was the worst I ever got hit in my life. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm running out of bounds now at quarterback, or I'm going to protect myself a little bit more.
If you play, it's going to happen to you. One time or another, it's going to happen to you for sure.
Yeah.
He blasted me. All right, y'all got 2 left. So you've used, not in sequential order, 7, 3, 6, 9, 8, 5, and 1. So you have.
Wait, I got 2, 4, and 10.
You have 2 and 4 left.
Are we doing 10?
Yes.
2, 4. We haven't done 10 yet. 2, 4, and 10.
Oh shoot. I got my list. I got my list wrong.
Rando's opinion should go at number 10, and then
okay.
At least it made the list.
All right. Next
right.
sound.
That's full.
Next sound is pool balls clacking.
Oh man.
Like that break that goes with
Like a good solid break.
Yeah, a good solid break. But again, that goes with like the metal net for me. It's like a cool sound, but there's no, like, you don't have any iconic moments of the daggum cue ball just cracking that thing and making a nice sound. I've had some good drunk moments doing it, but you know, that's about it. So that's 10 for me, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Now, if I'm like a couple beers deep, it might be top 5.
Yeah, it's like when I splash that beer pong in there, like that's in the moment, that's a 1 out of 1 sound, you know, but you know, then I wake up the next day and my head's pounding and that sounds a 10 of 10. So.
All right. So y'all are going 10 on pool balls clacking.
Yeah. Hammer doesn't get a vote.
It doesn't matter what I think. Go ahead.
Where would you have put it, Hammer?
I would have not had a hockey slap shot at 7 and probably had it somewhere in that range.
Fair enough. Okay. Next sound is the shoe squeak on a basketball court.
Oh, 2.
Yeah. What else we got?
You have 2 and 4 left.
All right.
There's one that's got to be on this list.
I'll go 4.
Okay.
We'll go 4.
We'll go 4 because I think the crack of the bat is going to be the last one.
Well played, Hammer. Last sound, the crack of a baseball bat right off the squeeze.
That is second only to football hit. Yes.
Well played, Hammer. You kept you kept the young boys contained. You kept the young fellas contained. Well,
I'm giving them a hint here, sitting here wearing a hint for them. So you know.
I was saying, you know which one I thought would be on there is when you pure strike a golf ball.
Yeah.
Like that's a nice sound. That would have been like top.
The sweet spot in like every sport is a beauty. I mean, even ping pong. Like if you hit that perfect spot on a paddle. Like, so I'm super partial to the metal net is number 1 for me. I love the sound of a swish on a metal net. It's just and the clack of pads is number 2 for me. I love swishes. Nylon net is 3 for me. Like
Yeah.
the sound of a swish is
Oh yeah, it's great.
I love it. But yeah, I thought that'd be a fun one. We had a smaller version of that kind of discussion in one of the chats. I thought that'd be a good one for us.
Yeah.
That was good.
Fun.
It was fun. I like that one. That was good. All right, boys. Well, I appreciate it. We'll get this thing wrapped up on a Wednesday. Again, we mentioned at the beginning of the show, going back to college football tomorrow. Drew,
Yes,
Hammer, Joshy Boy. What are y'all covering tomorrow?
The Big 12. Give me 1 second. I can't remember. We got the Big 12. We have the Mountain West and the Pac-12.
Yep.
Big 12, Mountain West, Pac-12.
All right, so tune in tomorrow. Y'all going 8? 8 Eastern?
8 Eastern. Yeah.
8 Eastern. Tune in tomorrow. Check out that. And then we'll be back. The whole crew will be back on Saturday for the happy hour show. And we will. Hey, I think Bluegrass Elite's first commercial was ran on ESPN today. So they got that done. Pretty cool.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Pretty cool. Yeah, he got that signed over. Vic sent me over the voice.
Congrats, Gary.
Yeah, man. That's
That was really
fantastic.
cool. So he sent me over that. It's funny. Vic was like, "Hey, do you want to do the voice and the what they call them, the ad read?" And I was like, "Brother, you probably all want to do that one." Let me not screw this up from the jump. But yeah, it sounded real good. They came up with a nice thing, and then they ran it over, and then they also talked about it at level 5, I believe, as well. So that looks like it's full on coming around. As we approach week 0, and y'all already got a glimpse if you're watching how Bluegrass is right in the chat there. You can see the depth that Hammer goes into these things. He is the numbers guy. He has it down to a science. Now it's still gambling.
For reference, last night this dude pulled a stat out of his ass. He said the Tennessee Titans was it the least?
They have the 6th least travel miles to log this season.
I go, where did you find that stat?
He's out there. He's got, he's old, so he's got the MapQuest. You remember the old MapQuest? He's got that, and he's just out there plotting points, and he's doing the dirty work. He's doing the dirty work for all these folks. It's a little backhanded.
I thought I was going to pull the abacus out.
He's out there. He's out there counting feet, and I mean like actually footsteps.
Stepping it off. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. But no, so like Hammer, when we do this thing, Hammer is going to come with the science. I'm coming with the art, baby. I'm all on the field. What's the gut telling me? All right, and sometimes we'll agree, and sometimes we won't, and then the times that we don't agree, I would say go with the scientific method, unless you just want to wing it. And then we go with the artistic method. Then you roll on my side. But it's going to be a hell of a show. I'm excited about it. I have personally seen the slips. Okay? We gamble responsibly. Sometimes you throw a little pizza money on it. Sometimes you could throw a couple units on it. But if you follow the strategy, Hammer will do you well. So tune in to that show here. I think we're in 2 weeks away, Hammer?
Yes.
2 weeks away from we will record on Wednesday. It will drop on Saturday morning on 102.7 The Game, Owensboro. But since we were talking about them, we'll pull this up. We do it often, but go to the QR code right there, bluegrass-elite.com. Or I guess as they say on the commercial, let me get this right, bluegrass-elite.com. That might have been the better way. Or just scan the daggum QR code. It'll take you right there. All right. And then you can use Heavy Pour 15. Marine owned and operated. They aren't just they aren't just a Kentucky company. They got Tennessee gear on there. They got Ohio stuff, Cincinnati and Cleveland if you're an NFL fan. And then, of course, our Heavy Pour sports merch is on there. So we appreciate them for their support. And James, let's keep growing this thing. Appreciate all your help. Couldn't do it without you giving us your time. Thank you for watching. If you're watching, please go subscribe. We're trying to get there and try to do big things. We're trying to do some things on YouTube. We got a lot of, some good views on YouTube, but y'all son of a guns just don't hit the subscribe button. Hit the daggum subscribe button. I don't know how it's so hard. Hit the thumbs up and hit the bell. That's all I'm asking. Please. All right. And if you do that, maybe we'll give some stuff away. I don't know. But if you could go do that, appreciate it. Repost it. Go follow the whole crew. We appreciate you. As always, go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Big Orange.
Go Vols.
Play the music.
On a whole nother level. Let's get it. Run it up. Check the scope. Money talk, money more. Yeah. Main crew say they with it. Kicking down the door. Run it up. Check the scope. Money talk, money more. What? Main crew say they with it. Kicking down the door. Let's go. And it's just the whole lane when I'm driving the machine.